Hey, collective. I'm gonna do a quick reading for you. I did a reading the other day, but I didn't really like the way it turned out, so I just didn't post it. So I'm just gonna redo the reading. I've shuffled this deck like 30 million times. Not really, just exaggerating. But yeah, get into it. Y'all may have had a song playing in y'all head like for a long time, like days maybe, because I have this same song playing in my head. So, and I don't know why, but I feel like it's more so channeling y'all's energy. So it may have been a thing of where y'all had a song just constantly replaying in y'all head, and it's kind of like somewhat. I don't know if it's a. It's kind of like a. I'm not saying the song that I have in my head is the song that's been in your head. What I'm saying is the song that's in your head is I think it's your affirmation song mostly. So you may have been listening to affirmations or affirmation songs, trying to switch your perception, trying to get a better understanding of yourself. May have been very much in this self-care energy, releasing uh, certain perspectives. Yeah. So we have the Hanged Muse, the Two of Voices, Knight of Inspiration, Ten of Emotions, the Emperor, the Queen of Emotions, Death and Rebirth. Well, it's just the Death card in this deck. Four of Materials, Self-Preservation, and Ten of Voices. We have it's more so self-preservation out here. It's definitely a lot of self-care going on. So you guys may have been practicing self-care. Oh, and I split the deck. So we have the Moon, Seven of Emotions. Yeah. At the bottom of the deck, the Nine of Emotions. That's Nine of Cups. I heard you guys have mentally checked out. Y'all mentally checked out of, I hear scarcity, mental blockages, working on what makes you happy very fast. You immediately mentally checked out of one thing and started working on what made you happy. Yeah, and you gaining some sense of authority in your own life with the Queen, with the Emperor, and the Queen of Emotions at the bottom of the deck. I absolutely love the artwork in this deck. If y'all see it, um, yeah. I don't have the Magician out here, but I feel what I'm picking up with this with these cards are y'all are checking out of things like peer groups, being around y'all are mentally checking out of people pleasing and doing things that to please your own self, and you're using that pain, you're turning that pain into power. This is literally what I'm getting with this Emperor and Queen of Emotions. After that is the Death, the Four of Materials, and Ten of Voices. The Ten of Voices is like at the last, like the ending, like the bottom, like you have reached the most that you're at, how can I say it, rock bottom. You've reached rock bottom, and you're going to just take all that pain that you experienced to actually get to the point of rock bottom and transmute it. The Magician is now out here, but it is definitely saying that you are literally just kind of going to internalize this pain. Why are they internalizing pain? Yeah. We got the Chariot and the Three of Voices. And then we got the Four of Inspiration. We got the Eight of Voices, the Chariot, and the Three of Voices, and the Four of Inspiration at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, it's literally like transmutation happening here. Transmuting. Because with the Hanged Muse starting it all off, it's like changing something. Like when it's upright, when it's not in reverse, but when a person is standing upright, you're seeing it from a perspective of or whatever perspective you were seeing it from before. But with the Hanged Muse, you're kind of shifting the perspective, looking at it from a glass half full instead of glass half empty. If you're looking at a water from upside down, it looks like the glass is half full. So you're basically literally transmuting all your pain. Yeah, the art of transmutation. This is a transmutation spread. So I made this video about cognitive dissonance recently, and I posted it on my Facebook. It's my personal Facebook. But I made it, and it talked about how, and this is what I'm getting with this spread is it's kind of unique how it's kind of coming into this collective spread. So maybe it's a collective thing that most people are going through right now is breaking free from cognitive dissonance. And this is basically what I'm seeing that this spread is doing. So if you're realizing that you have been suffering from cognitive dissonance, and you're breaking free of that, because the Eight of Voices and then the Chariot is right behind that. That's like fast movement, breaking free, literally breaking free. And then you're becoming the puppeteer of your own life and your own mind. And you're doing it from a place of like you literally reached rock bottom. You felt like left out. You felt like you have been lied to, hurt over and over again. And this is what drives it. Your pain is driving it. Because all you want to do is get to a place of happiness, healing, and celebration. Yeah, the Temperance. So you're literally you're not forcing anything, but you're allowing things to kind of unfold by themselves with the Temperance card here. You're not forcing anything. You're doing things in moderation. You're having patience with yourself. You're healing in patience, and you're healing in silence, and that's actually giving you your just due, your justice. Yeah. Whatever you went through, yeah. The Muse and the Ace of Materials. Literally, I was just about to say that. Whatever you went through, it's going to be the catalyst for what actually brings your abundance to you. So with the Muse / King, like I always read, it's the King of Inspiration, or the King of Wands. It's like you're literally turning pain into passion, and it's making you money. Whatever you went through is going to be the thing that liberates others. That's going to be the thing that helps other people get through the same things, because sometimes people can't see that way out. Because let's say you went through something and you started studying it, you started understanding it. Just the only way that you can, liberate yourself from this mental cage, right? Which is this card, which is like, and with doing that, with studying it, starting to understand it, you basically freed yourself. You freed your own self. You didn't wait for a savior. You didn't wait for anybody to come, hey, pick you. You didn't wait for a Prince Charming or a Cinderella, or no, not a Cinderella, but maybe you are the Cinderella in the story, but instead of waiting for Prince Charming, you became your own Prince Charming, and you lit a fire to yourself and to your path, and walk that path. You walk the path of least of most resistance to get to the path of least resistance, right? And the path of most resistance is basically breaking free. You know, it's hard to break free of something that you've been, you know, in for so long. And that thing is going to actually help liberate others, because a lot of people don't have that, probably didn't have that mental capacity to be able to say, hey, look, let me go ahead and study it, because maybe it'll help me in the long run. Maybe it'll help me, without realizing, hey, it actually began to be the thing that you were actually going through. So now you're able to help other people see that they are going through this thing and help break them free, literally. And that's another thing I get with this Chariot. You can see in the cards how she is literally, she has strings right here attached to all these horses, so she's liberating the horses. Yeah, Ace of Inspiration. Literally, you get this understanding in this, you get this knowledge, and suddenly it's like a new way to be creative with what you've learned about what you've been through, correlated with the way you can kind of do something with it to actually assist others. So that's the Ace of Inspiration. You're being gifted with something. You're being gifted. This is your gift. And you're starting to see that with the Page of Inspiration at the bottom of the deck. You're starting to see how you can be creative with this. Pain into passion, baby. Pain into passion. You're going into hermit mode. You're going to work very hard in silence. You actually, yeah. And it's going to make you, it's going to make you be very, very, you're going to be looked for, and for this specific thing. You're going to be sought after to be able to help liberate people out of things. You're going to be, I hear the song, and I rise up. You're going to be risen up. It's like a phoenix. Then the Hermit card says that you had to go look inward, right? So you started learning something, you started understanding something, and then you started looking at yourself and applying it to your own life, and you started to, and it basically made you align with what you really wanted already. Your life started to align because you went inward. You didn't look for outside validation for this. Yep, with the 4 voices, literally healing. You went through a healing process. The Hermit and the 4 voices. You were scarred. You were hurt. You had been through a lot. You had been through a lot, and with that, you went inside and started to heal yourself, because nobody was around. No one around you was going to help you heal. Yep. And now you're speaking. Now you're learning to speak your truth, cutting through the fluff. No more fluff talk. We're talking about real things now. We're talking about truth. We're talking about what matters, right? And some people are going to be upset about that, because especially the people who benefited off of you not being aware of your own power, your own self, your own, of your own autonomy. Like I was talking about in the video, my next video that I'm going to post about cognitive dissonance. A lot of people benefited off of you being naive to your own autonomy. And these are the people who are going to be upset about you speaking up and speaking out, or being a person that people look towards for information of how to break free of those mental blockages, because you were able to do that. You came and but the thing is, you're not even going to be worried about them. You're going to be looking onward. You're going to be to infinity beyond, upward and onward. You're going to be looking at traveling, maybe TED Talks, things like that. You're not going to be worried about that stuff. Literally, the Page of Inspiration, your creativity you're tapped in. You're tapped in. Everything is going to flow from here. It's no more being stagnant. It's no more being silent. It's no more being, okay. If you're sitting still, it's because you're waiting for your ships to come in. And that's not even the 3 of Wands is not even out here. But if you're sitting still, it's because you're waiting for something to harvest. You're not sitting still just out of stagnation anymore from this point forward. It's literally sitting still because you've done the work. Now you're waiting for the harvest, right? The Six of Materials in reverse, though. This means that no more unequal exchanges, you are letting go of the give and take that didn't benefit you. Honestly, it's almost like you don't need anyone else to give to you for you to receive. You're going to start receiving based off of the work you put in. The work you put in is what's going to reap the benefits, reap your harvest. Yeah. Yep. The High Priestess, you may be a very intuitive person. You're going to know what to do, what to say. Let me sit on this High Priestess at the bottom of the deck a little longer. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so with the High Priestess, behind the High Priestess was the Lovers. You're in direct alignment with Spirit. You're working with Spirit. It's not gonna. Balanced. It's no more. You're not working with an individual or a person to be in an exchange. You're working with Spirit, because we have the Two of Materials in here, which is balancing the way it's being interpreted here is balancing reality with the spirit realm, right? So you are balancing the material world with the spiritual world. So what you're working with, or whom you're working with, is your spirit guides, God, source, spirit, great spirit, universe, ancestors. Yes, because you have come through so much, and the thing is, spirit, you have become a warrior in the spirit realm. You have become a warrior in reality, in the material realm, because you healed. And you didn't wait for. And anytime anybody else got the opportunity to kind of be around you, if you said that you needed their help or you needed their assistance, they would take advantage of it. You're not dealing with that anymore. You're not dealing with that anymore. You're standing in your full power, and you're going to be very, 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 very financially well off from this. Anytime you stand with Spirit, nothing can stand against you with the Ace of Materials at the bottom of the deck again. It's a gift. It's a true spiritual gift. You may have been a little sad waiting on your ships to come in, like with the Four of Emotions and the Three of Inspiration. You may have been a little sad. You may have been through things, because when you walk the path, when you're going with Spirit, it comes a time where you are going through things. Everything that was built off of the material realm, everything that was built off of pretentiousness has to crumble and fall. It does, because Spirit needs a clear ground to plant the fresh fruits. They don't want something that someone else gave you that didn't have good intentions towards you. They don't want that to be in their house. They want a house where they can flourish, and you can flourish, and you can nourish yourself, where you can nourish, where you can water and plant your seeds, your intuition, all that, so it can flow naturally to you. And that's where your ships, you may have been sad because you had to let go of a lot of things, but that's because you had to let go of things so that something new can come in, right? You had to let go of toxic things, toxic bondages, toxic people, toxic, literally, let's say you were hoarding, right? With the Four of Materials out here, you were hoarding old past things, right? And connections, and heck, just anything. You were just hoarding something, but you had to let go of, and it hurts. It hurts to let go of it, but it's necessary. Yeah. Yeah, the Five of Emotions. Crying over spilled milk. I said milk. Look, I am from Memphis, y'all. So yeah, you was crying over spilled milk. So my Memphis comes out of me sometimes. You were crying over spilled milk. So yeah, you were crying over it, but at the same time, Spirit is telling you that they got you. They got you. The Ace of Emotions at the bottom of the deck. They got you. You ain't got to worry in the sun. It's a lot of stuff going to be illuminated. You actually going to be very happy that that you let these things go. You're going to realize how they were poison fruit, basically. That's what I'm hearing. You're letting go of the fruit so that you can get fresh fruit, but the thing is, it was poison fruit all along. Yep. It was a tie to keep you tethered to something that you knew wasn't good for you. Yep. And you're going to get a wish fulfillment. You're going to get financial freedom. It's not going to be, your finances aren't going to be tied to something or someone else. They're going to be yours. So you can say, oh, I did this and I did it on my own. No one helped me, because spirit was there to help you. It's going to be you. You're going to put in the physical work, and spirit going to be and you're going to be putting in the spiritual work, and spirit going to be over there in the spirit realm doing the spiritual work with you. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be in lockstep with spirit. Yep, the muse of emotions, the king of emotions, very, very in lockstep with spirit, with your heart and your mind. Your heart is going to be all the way in the right place, and you're going to be completely healed. I wouldn't say completely healed, because I personally believe that as you can come to a point where you feel completely healed, to the point where you feel abundant, not only in the physical realm, but in the spiritual realm. You feel abundant in spirit, and that's what this is saying. You will feel abundant in spirit. You won't feel, you will no longer be in crying over spilled milk, because you will be abundant. All right. I love y'all so much. I thank y'all so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you are looking for a personal reading. Please send me an email. I will put, and if you want to send donations, that will be at the bottom in the description box as well. Like, share this video with someone that you believe can benefit off of it. I love you guys so much. Until next time, peace, love, and light. Bye.